Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris Warner here. So, as you guys know, I get a lot of questions from you guys. I want to devote one video a week to trying to answer some of the best questions that I get out there. They're actually thought out. If you guys keep asking me a lot of the recurring questions, I've made a lot of the videos, but sometimes a question comes along where I want to be able to address a particular thing that I feel like can support you guys in becoming a better athlete. Today, I wanted to address one that I got from a guy, Dan Pittman. Shout out to him. His question is about sprint mechanics versus leg speed dilemma, he says, I just want to know your thoughts on sprint mechanics versus sprint force and speed. When I work on correct mechanics for top speed, picking up my knees, cycling, limiting backside mechanics, I just lose that leg speed and force. I strike the ground much less frequently, and it takes longer to go through the running cycle. And not only it makes me fatigue, not only that, it makes me fatigue quicker. So what he's saying is when his mechanics are on point, he actually feels like he's not getting the same amount of power into that step. And I'll just stop right there because I'll address this just like this. One thing you have to know is running is a natural reaction, right? In fact, most kids who sprint without any kind of coaching at all typically have pretty good form. What happens is, as you get a little bit older and you're not as fluid, I guess you could say, you develop bad habits, or somebody tries to come in with you, or you try to mimic somebody else, and then you start throwing yourself off your mechanics, right? So what happens is when you have to go reteach yourself some mechanics, you've done a certain pattern. Especially if you're doing any kind of sprinting in your sport, you've performed this pattern overload over and over again, and now you're trying to switch to a more efficient mechanical pattern, right? So if you think about even throwing a ball, if I adjust, right, and if you throw a ball 1,000 times a day, or whatever it may be, 100 times a day, and then I make one slight adjustment and try to release from up here as opposed to right here, it's going to feel less powerful. It's going to feel a lot tougher to actually perform that throw. You're not going to have the same accuracy on it. It's because you're switching it. So what you need to do, and what you'll need to understand, is your mechanics will eventually catch up to your force, and speed will actually catch up to your mechanics. So you want to embed good, proper, sound mechanics and do that through what I think of as more of a process over time, as opposed to just trying to completely reinvent your sprint, but giving you little cues to add in efficiently, right? And that's what I do with my guys here, to slowly build you up to a more effective, efficient sprint or rotate or top speed cycling. In time, as that movement or that motion becomes more efficient, the speed and force will begin to be applied to that, and that's when you'll start reaching elite levels for yourself when it comes to sprinting. So to give it to you a little bit more broken down, simply add in the mechanics that you know that are going to make your sprint cycle more efficient, and allow time of you performing that motor pattern for the speed and power to come in and develop and mesh with that for you to ultimately become a faster sprinter. That's the mailbag for today. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all your questions. For me to answer them though, I need you to go ahead and click the link down below in the description, fill out the form, and they'll be directly sent to me so I can go ahead and make a video about them. Talk soon.